useless!
What's going on, guys? You're chilling with Trainer Zabza. Here I've got a battle for you. Look at my opponent's team. Holy crap threats. We've got Bisharp, which is a huge threat thanks to Sucker Punch and the buff Knockoff got, which makes it a viable stab with 95 power. Latias, which I'm gonna guess is a special wall. I mean, I can't really see it being much else considering he's already got Keldeo, which is a specially offensive threat, and Charizard, which is a specially offensive threat. So really, looking at his team, that's probably the best thing, or only thing, that can be his special wall. Speaking of which, Keldeo could be Scarf, could be Calm Mind, could be Expert Belt. There's really no telling what it is, I just have to be on the lookout. Charizard, which could be Charizard X or Y. If it's Charizard X, I'm screwed. If it's Charizard Y, I'm still screwed, but just a little less. No, I'm kidding, but seriously, if it's Charizard X, I can't do much against it because, I mean, I guess I can go with Mandibuzz, but actually, yeah, Mandibuzz is a really good check to it. Yeah, never mind. If it's Charizard X, Mandibuzz is good to go. But if it's Charizard Y, I don't have much to check it. I mean, I've got Rotom and Noivern, which are decent checks, question mark, but they're not counters, and they'll still take a lot of damage. Brillooms, you know, Spore Shenanigans, I don't really have to bother with that considering I still have Mandibuzz. And Landorus, which I can only see being defensive and maybe rocks. I mean, I haven't seen a defensive Bisharp yet, so really Landorus is the best and pretty much only thing that can be defensive on his team. Well, enough with that, let's get to it. So this battle is against Vacciani, I think that's how you say it. I honestly cannot remember where this battle came from. I mean, I like, the name rings a bell for some reason. I mean, it could be a friend of mine, I can't remember. It could have been from a stream, so please leave your link down below. I will put you in the description. He's going to start off with his Landorus, as I start off with my Rotom, and so he pulls back into his Charizard, I'm guessing predicting the Will-O-Wisp, maybe? And is better than X, which I don't know if it was a fake out, but it turns out it's just the name. Charizard Y, so I mean, I took a risk here thinking that it was Charizard Y. I go into Noivern to take the Fire type move, assuming, and Pop Filter cannot take it well, it really can't. So you guys see why I say it's a check, not a counter, because I can't take the damage that well. I go for Draco just to get off some damage as he goes for a Fire Blast and misses. This is actually going to be a theme of the battle, because he's going to miss a lot of Fire Blasts. So, wanting to preserve my Noivern, I'm going to pull back, go into my cookies, I wrote him, and I'm going to try and hit it up with a Volt Switch, and this battle makes me think that I should probably run maybe Thunderbolts along with Volt Switch, or maybe with it, like instead of it, or with it, but I think I need Thunderbolts on this thing, and I'll explain later why. So he goes into his Latias as I go into my Oswin, my Scavalier, and I knew he's going to pull out immediately, so I go for the Pursuit, do a buttload of damage, just absolutely huge. That thing is almost gone already. And he goes into his Charizard right as the sun fades, which is good for me, so his Fire Blasts aren't going to be doing as much. I take this opportunity to go into my cookies as he goes for Fire Blast, and without the sun, I'm actually going to be able to take this pretty well. I can actually take another Fire Blast, provided it's not in the sun, and I should be okay. I go for the Volt Switch as he goes into Latias, and I'm thinking that I can probably knock this thing out with a U-turn from my Pop Filter, and since I am Scarfed, I should be able to knock it out. And, you know, minus attack nature, no big deal. U-turn's base 70 power. I figured like 140 base power should be plenty to knock out, especially defensive Latias. And I was right. I'm able to knock it out with a U-turn, and I can go right back into my cookies. And he goes into his Breloom. I don't know why. I figured I could just Volt Switch out. He actually shows me the Mach Punch, and thankfully I take it. I mean, I really needed this Rotom for this battle. And I'm able to break its potential sash and go into my Nope.Cameric. So here he shows the Rock Tomb. It's going to do a lot to well, actually not even a lot, maybe a fourth, maybe, to Mandibuzz, as I go for the Brave Bird to just straight up knock it out. There's nothing that any Breloom can do to stop from being knocked out by Mandibuzz's Brave Bird. I mean, just 4x weak, not happening. So Mandibuzz is at a decent amount of HP. Not great, but a decent amount. And I know for a fact I cannot take a Fire Blast from Charizard in the sun right now. So I'm going to need to pull out here. I cannot take that. So I go into my Pop Filter on the off chance maybe he'll miss again, but I also thought that maybe this was the best thing I could sack at the time. So Pop Filter goes down. You know, you did pretty good work, Pop Filter. I think I'm satisfied. So I go into my Cookies and go for another Volt Switch, and this is why I'm thinking I need like Thunderbolt, because he stays in, and if I had Thunderbolt, that thing would be dead. It'd be gone. I mean, 70 base power versus 90 base power with the additional stat. Like, they're both stab, but, you know, multiplier affects a greater number bigger or whatever. So I Volt Switch into my Nook.Cameric as he goes for a Roost, and like I thought, I cannot take that Fire Blast, so I have to leave my Nook.Cameric in to die. But it's okay because I can go back into my Rotom. I go for another Volt Switch. That Charizard is not looking good at all. I go into my Jaws because I figure it's probably the best thing to sack at the time. So he's gonna go for Solar Beam for some reason. I have no idea why. I mean, maybe he was. I don't even think I have anything weak to Solar Beam on my team. I don't know. So that was an interesting choice. Maybe he ran out of Fire Blasts, or he didn't want to use any more. I don't know. He goes for Focus Blast, which I think might have taken me out from that range. I'm not sure. So I think that is what happens. I think he did run out of Fire Blast, since not a lot of people can afford PP ups nowadays. And he's able to go into his Keldeo. And I'm thinking that this thing can't. I really need to get some damage off on this Keldeo. And Mawile isn't going to be too useful, probably. I mean, yeah, it's probably not going to be that useful. Bisharp is naturally faster, so I don't think there's anything it could have done to it. So I send in my Hank the Tank, and he's going to be threatened out. He's going to go into his Landorus, and that Landorus is he's going to get off the Intimidate. I probably should have maybe predicted that and switched out, but I didn't want to risk losing my Rotom, because I think I'm down to Hank the Tank and Rotom. So I go for the Wood Hammer, and this is just going to be a one-on-one match, Landorus versus Hank the Tank, because, you know, Hank the Tank is absolutely fine. He gets a knockoff to knock off my Lumberry, but that's okay. I don't think there's anything this Landorus can do to me. Woodhammer, even after the Intimidate drop, is a 4-hit KO, so I guess that's decent, maybe? Question mark. And he can't really touch me. He goes through the Earthquake, and it's doing nothing to Hank the Tank. And I can't really afford to, like, Spiky Shield or whatever, because not only am I taking recoil, but he's getting health back, so I cannot afford for these hits to happen. So I go into my Cookies, predicting another Earthquake. I'm right. I was pretty much trying to get him down into a pattern where I could maybe bring in Chestnut later against Bisharp. So I go for the Overheat, knock out his Landorus, and that is the end of that. So next he's going to send out his Keldeo, and obviously I cannot stay in. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to go into my Oswin. Oh, I completely forgot I had Oswin left. I'm sorry, Oswin. You know what? Maybe I should have maybe kept Oswin around for that Bisharp. That might have been a better idea. Maybe. Yeah. It didn't matter. Actually, it did. So, anyway, I go into Hank the Tank, and yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have probably saved Oswin for that Bisharp, because I could probably take one and knock it out. I could have knocked it out with a Mega Horn, because now I'm gonna get my two Pokemon knocked out with Secret Sword. I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch, knock out his Keldeo. Crit didn't matter, and now he's down to his Bisharp. So I know he's gonna go for the Sucker Punch. There's no way around it. He's gonna knock out my Rotom, and that's gonna be in the battle. So GG Vacciani. That was a really, really close game. So now that we finished watching that awesome battle, let's get to the talk of the day. Today's talk of the day, I want to tell you guys that I really want to start bringing you more Wi-Fi battles, but it's just there's so much going on in my life right now. I mean, my grandfather just passed away. I actually hurt my back this weekend trying to get the house ready for my sister coming into town, but I hurt my back, so I actually couldn't make that happen. Thankfully, the funeral's in about a month, so there's still some more time before she comes over, so I can hopefully throw out my back again. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to hurt myself again. But I really do want to bring you guys some more content. That's why after this video, there's going to be another battle. yeah, hopefully there won't be anything that'll get in my way for the next week or so, and maybe I can actually bring you guys some content. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. You're awesome. My channel could not be possible without you, and I will see you next time. Be sure to check out the artists that make these videos possible, guys. Also, like and subscribe if you happen to like the video. Or if you'd like some help recording your X and Y battles, shoot me a PM on YouTube or Skype and I'll get back to you.